As car propulsion evolves from gas engine to electric motor, there are steps in between to bring customers along. And one of the recent trends by automakers is to build one car, but offer it 3 different ways. And that's the Kia Niro, hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and now completing the trifecta, all electric. When you ask someone if they're considering an electric vehicle for their next car purchase, more often than not, you'll get the most common EV lament. They can't get me where I want to go, also referred to as range anxiety. And up until recently, that's been a legitimate concern for many, but the tide is changing. Take this Niro EV. With an EPA-listed total range of 239 miles on a full charge, it can easily handle most daily driving duties. And as for me, I'm getting way more than that. For some perspective, the Kia Soul, also available as an EV by the way, can travel about 430 miles between fill-ups. So it's not all the way there, but the gap is closing. During these perfect EV weather conditions, the Niro has been displaying a nearly 300-mile driving range, more than enough to quell anxiety. And the included EV tools display a map showing you exactly how far you can drive and where the next charging station is. And this is really quite helpful. You can see exactly how far the Niro can go before needing to find a charging station. And though they're not nearly as ubiquitous as gas stations, and you can't fill up nearly as quickly, more and more plugs are being installed every day, and they're usually free of charge. Smartphone apps even allow you to see if the station is available or being used. So vacation travel is in play, but it'll require a little more advanced planning. So how long does it take to fully recharge the Niro's depleted battery? Well, it depends upon your source of electricity. If you were to plug this into the outlet in your garage, it's going to take about 2.5 days. So owners will definitely need to invest in a level 2 charger, like the ones most often found in public. And then that amount of time is reduced to about 9 hours, or overnight for most people. And then when you're out and about, those rare or costlier fast chargers can reduce the amount of time to about 90 minutes. No more gas stations, no more oil changes. But perhaps best of all is the way the Niro drives. Once you go electric, it's hard to go back. Why? Because the way it moves is far superior to the traditional car, highlighted by 2 major EV attributes: the instantaneous acceleration and the quietness. They're addicting, and after driving this Kia for a week, I'm already missing them. Of course, there are some really fast rides out there, and a sweet-sounding engine is a visceral must-have for sports cars. But you'll be shocked at how quickly the Niro steps off and passes other cars in a nearly silent show of defiance. It's an awesome sensation that's exclusive to cars with electric motors, and this Kia takes it to the next level. In sport mode, it's stealthy quick. 0 to 60 takes about 7.5 seconds, but it's the initial burst of power that gives it major kick. Now this is an electric car I could live with. Sure, it's not the prettiest thing I've ever seen, but it's functional, well-equipped, quiet, and best of all, a lot of fun to drive. See, the best part of any electric car is that immediate torque production, which makes the Niro feel like a sports car every time you press the go pedal. The acceleration is addicting. And then with the heavy regenerative braking, you can practically drive this car with just one pedal. As soon as you release, the car quickly slows. And the range is impressive. It's futuristic driving, and I love it. Aim high when steering and get to know the accelerator pedal, and you can drive this car with just your right foot. Paddles on the steering wheel also permit you to grab more regenerative braking to feed the big battery. It adds to the overwhelmingly positive user experience which Kia has nailed. From the easy access step-in height, to the perfect seating position, to the expertly intuitive electronics, this is a brilliant job that'll quickly pull you into the EV world. 201 horsepower, but more importantly, the 291 pound-feet of torque produced by the 64 kilowatt-hour battery located under the floor is more than enough to satisfy. But the Niro EV is more than just that. It's spacious, cargo-friendly, and well-conceived. From the simple dial shifter to the neat swing-out cup holders, everything feels just right. And this top trim EX Premium is chock full of up-level convenience and safety features. The only missteps that come to mind are the lack of footroom for rear seat passengers and the non-LED fog lights. Well, and the other is that I don't love the design, but some this week told me that they do, so to each their own. Fully loaded, the Niro EV stickers for $46,045, and that includes adaptive cruise control with stop and go, premium audio and navigation, wireless phone charger, heated seats and steering wheel, ventilated front seats, leather, power folding mirrors, and much more. And with a fully independent suspension and some top-tier Michelin tires, it drives with verve and sophistication even on the highway. After the $7,500 EV tax credit, the cost of this one comes down to $38,545. Compare that with the cost of other EVs of this size and range, of which there are very few, and you'll quickly see that it's one of the least expensive ways to get into a truly usable, very enjoyable EV. For TestDriveNow.com, I'm Steve Hammis.